Shift your mind out of fear and into love. Hi, it's Erin from Mind Me, and I wanted to talk today about fear and how to shift from when you're in fear into love. It's a very useful talent, and I know that you might be having a problem with it, which is why you're here with me right now. So let's dive in, shall we? The first part, that is possibly the hardest part, is identifying what fear really is. And we've all heard the acronym, false events appearing real. And it seems and sounds very easy to comprehend, but yet the actual practice of it is really challenging. And so today I'm going to walk you through my steps that I use and I teach with to help people remove the fear and see what's on the other side. Because that is where love and all the power that you are looking for is waiting for you. So there's a few things that happen when we are afraid or even feeling anxiety. They both kind of relate a little bit. Fear is when inside we believe something, an event, so thoroughly, it makes it appear that in our external world, it is real. Say that again, just in case you didn't get it. What's going on inside of you feels so real that the environment in which it's playing out, i.e. the world, mimics it. And it's so overwhelming and it's so ominous to you because you don't know what the next step is and you don't have an easy way out, that it's preventing you from being in love or having love or just even feeling safe. So our fear is there. Okay, so in the old world, fear was an awesome motivator to protect ourselves, give us some fight or flight, run away from the big angry dinosaur. But obviously, our society and our community right now, that kind of fear is maybe more relative to don't go down the dark alleyway, which is kind of obvious for a lot of us. So when I talk about fear now, sometimes fear is going into a certain environment or feeling a certain thing, and that can be really hard, and it stops you from doing that next step. It stops you from making that really important decision to change or just a general decision to move out of stagnation. And on the other end of that is what we're looking for. It's that love and acceptance and that positive, yummy feeling. And so really, a lot of what has to happen for you is that you have to stop and sit and be uncomfortable. Because I'm going to tell you a little tidbit about the uncomfortable, fearful part. That is the challenge. That is where everything that you have been asking and praying for is leading you up to, because it's saying, hey, by the way, you can't have that and be this at the same time. And I can't just take it away from you. You have to learn how to overcome that by sitting in it and allowing yourself to be uncomfortable and allowing yourself to be afraid until all of that energy and emotion has dissipated. And now you can really just look at this event that appeared to be one thing, and we shifted it and we removed all the energy from it. And now it's actually another thing. And when you look at it as this different situation, you can look at it and you can say, okay, so this is the other side. And these are all these awesome opportunities that come with not being afraid. And I'm going to choose the one that makes that inside me feel really good, like who I am and who I want to be. And that it gives me that acceptance for being who I want to be without judgment or without creating any new fear. And it's really in line with where I want to go, with this love that I'm cultivating inside of myself. Now, how do we get over the fear? The intensity and energy that comes with fear in the emotion does a few things in the physical body. So let's get a little detailed, shall we? When you feel fear, your physical response is to release hormones, of course. So you're looking at adrenaline, cortisol, and histamine being some of the major players. Same things as stress and anxiety, and they all give you that feeling. And a lot of us don't want to feel that. A lot of us get upset stomachs. Sometimes we have, some on-the-go issues. Sometimes it makes us want to eat a ton. It makes you want to do whatever you do to make yourself feel better. And that leads to some unhealthy habits. And you can stop some of those unhealthy habits by recognizing what it was that made you afraid in the first point that got your body up and going. It's a lot. Sit down, think about that, maybe do some writing, write it out. So you can see it right in front of you. You can tell yourself the truth, like, this is what makes me afraid. And I know it, and I'm going to keep coming to the table, and I'm going to be afraid. Now, the second part of fear, after you get past the physical, it starts in the emotional, the energy of your emotions, because it does take a fair amount of energy to feel, have feelings. And that's that overwhelming, maybe the world is closing in, you're getting some spots, everything kind of seems constricted. You feel like at any moment, something's going to pounce on you and everything's going to fall apart. The shoe's going to drop. Your life is going to not be what you want it to be, and you will not be happy. The thing is you have to sit through that. The short breath meditation that I'm going to teach you at the end of this, and let that intensity fade. Because I'm going to tell you a little secret that not too many people have the courage to do. And I know you do, because you're still sitting here and you're still listening to this conversation. If you sit through that intensity in the moment and you practice it in the morning, in the evening, and every day that it happens, you sit through that intensity with the same dedication that it takes you right now to sit and listen to this conversation, because you're passionate about not wanting to be afraid. And you really want to not only love yourself, but you want to love your environment. You want to love these people and these places and these things around you. And if you do that, if you have the blind faith in yourself, nothing else, that you can do this, I promise you, you will eventually get there. It doesn't mean it won't happen again, because life is funny that way, and it always wants to give you another challenge just to make sure you got that lesson right the first time. Free will. I can't explain it either. But I know that you have the opportunity to do it. And if you don't, ask for help. You don't have to sit in fear every day. You can get help. There are tons of us out there. You can talk to me, you can talk to your friends, you can talk to other professionals. There's lots of us. We're all willing and waiting to help you. And so what is this meditation? This meditation is coming into the breath. It's very short. It can be very long, it'll be up to you. It's a derivative of a style of meditation called Vipassana. It comes from the Buddhist traditions, and I found it to be personally very useful because it helped me go through intensity of the energy of my emotions and my physical sensations to get to the other side, to really understand and practice letting go. That's intense, and it took a lot. And so I'm giving it to you today so that you can practice it and see how far you get. So I invite you to sit down, which I'm sure you're already doing because you're watching a video, and put your feet flat on the ground. No Indian style, people, even if you're already into meditation, unless you're used to this style. And I want you to put your hands comfortable in your lap, put your phone down or whatever it may be. Now, normally I set my alarm for about 10 minutes. And if I feel like 10 minutes is too long, I set it for 20 minutes, because when you feel resistance, do it longer. Totally doesn't make any sense, completely works. I understand I sound crazy, but I know you like it because you're still here. And you're going to close your eyes and you're going to start to slowly breathe in and out through your nose. Now, try not to judge the rhythm of your breath. Try to just let it be whatever it is in the moment. It might be fast, might be slow, might be shallow, might be deep, whatever it might be. Just let it be. And now I want you to intentionally, slowly start to inhale through the nose. And as you do so, pay attention to the sensation As the air is passing into your nose, as it's passing by your throat, creating a little bit of dryness, and as it's filling your lungs and giving you life. And as you begin to exhale and your chest collapses ever so slightly, as things that no longer honor you are leaving you, as your throat becomes nice and warm and moist, and as your nostrils become warm and moist. Those are the sensations of breathing. And take a few more breaths of slowly inhaling and slowly exhaling, and just really come into touch with those sensations. And now let your breath come back to its natural rhythm, whatever it may be, without judgment. Breath is one of the very few things you have to do every few minutes to continue living. And therefore, you are giving yourself life. So in this present moment, because you can only breathe in the present moment, you have a little bit of gratitude, a little bit of light in the dark. Now, every time you feel fear, come back to this sensation of your breath. Come back to this gratitude of breathing and giving yourself life. And let that grow. Now, you're going to have some challenges. Your emotions are going to rise. Your mind is going to play like a radio in the background. Your body's going to want to itch, scratch, sneeze, fart, swallow, whatever. And I invite you to recognize those sensations and energies and feelings, but mentally and consciously choose in your mind to not move as best you can and come back to these sensations of breath. And if you have to slowly breathe through the intense parts, you can do that. And let it get intense. Don't try and stop it. You're not supposed to be silent. If you get silent, then you are probably a master that I've learned from, because after 13 years of practicing, I'm still trying to get silent. But continue to breathe. Allow yourself to start witnessing, paying attention to whatever your head is doing, i.e., oh my God, that noise, oh my God, that feeling, it's really scary, something's gonna bad happen, keeps going, let it squirrel all at once, but choose to walk away from listening to that and come back into your breath. And as your heart races and your body perspires, or your energy becomes really intense with your emotions and you feel like there's this dark cloud coming, come back to your breath. And come back to your breath and come back to your breath. And even if you get pulled away before you finish inhaling or exhaling, just keep coming back to your breath. And this is how we let go of the intensity of emotions and physical sensations, how we choose not to participate anymore with the mind chatter, and just keep breathing. And when your alarm goes off, slowly take a nice inhale in, exhale out, open your eyes, and hit stop. Turn off your alarm and allow yourself to just feel. And if you're still afraid, recognize it. Recognize how your environment probably hasn't changed all that much, but you might have. Notice how maybe, possibly you chipped away just a little bit more of that fear. And there's a little bit of woosah afterwards. And because you were breathing and through that intensity, you gave yourself life, there's a little bit of gratitude and a little bit of love for who you are. And you've just done it. You have just shifted your mind out of fear and into love. Now, you might need to watch this video again. So I'm going to say subscribe to my channel, like this video, definitely share it with friends or family or your community that might benefit from it. And if you want more and you need more help, or if you just want to see more, go to the description, so a little arrow in the comment area under the subscribe button, and there'll be a link to my website where you can leave your email if you want to receive sparing email updates. If you want to see opportunities that are coming up in the community as I continue to evolve and grow and travel and see people again. And book time with me if you want to investigate what more of this breathing technique might be, or if you have maybe more trouble with this fear than you are able to handle on your own. It would be a pleasure to have the opportunity to be a part of letting you go away from your fears and into love. So from now until then, my friends, so much light, so much love. Have a great day.